SQL basically is a tool, an object-oriented programming that allows you to communicate with your database and allows you to manipulate your database whereby you can save information, um, retrieve information, and collect information as well, clean your information to make sure it is well appropriate, and get the necessary data you want to get. So SQL is like a key. The database is like a house. So imagine you want to store you want to store goods in your warehouse, right? You're going to need a key. So SQL basically is the key to accessing the house. So that is just um, a more understandable definition of SQL. So, and then talk about database. Now, a database is an organized collection of data. So what it does is that it stores data sets, it gathers the data sets and stores them into one place. For example, it can be, for example, take it as a warehouse, for example, whereby you store a lot of goods. So that is what database is about. Stores all your information, all your company's informations in a large warehouse. So I'm just using warehouse to make it more understandable.
Mhm.
So we have okay, yeah, okay, sorry, this part uh are not needed for now. Okay, so I'm coming. Okay. So we have different type of database. We have relational database, which is what we are going to be doing. So it's basically a group of data set that is stored in rows and column, just like an Excel table.
Mhm.
And we have no document, which is like JSON format, which is more of a JavaScript. There's no particular ordering to it, and the data set or informations are stored in MongoDB. So it's just like a database management system like MySQL and Postgres. Then okay, we also have graph SQL, which is also for storing large number of database, also a type of database. And then I just want to jot some things down. We have relational database management system. So database is like a warehouse to store your data, right? But you also need a particular tool that allows you to manage that data set, that database, sorry, that allows you to store your database, that allows you to, do anything you want to do in the database. That is where a relational database management systems comes into play. It allows you to, access your data sets using SQL programming language. So SQL is just like the language. Like for example, you want to access uh, a computer, you're going to need a particular language to be able to go around and get all the necessary things you want to get in the computer. So for example, take your file manager for example. Your file manager is database, right? You are going to need some kind of process to access your data, to access the file manager, right? That process is more like an SQL language now in this scenario. Then your files are your database, but the file manager, which is the file manager, which is the app, is can be your RDBMS. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Am I being too complex?
Um, I'm again. I'm listening to what you're saying. And I'm trying to like see an example or break down an example in my mind. So you're not being complex, but I'm just trying to connect what you're saying. You get what I'm saying? Because when I read it, I wasn't understanding all the way when I read it, but as you're saying it now, like it's the language, and I'm trying to make it kind of relevant to Excel
Okay.
in a way that we just got done wrapping up Excel. So it's like, all right, I kind of
Yeah.
understand Excel. How is SQL what's the difference, the main difference between SQL and Excel? So I'm listening to you. I'm listening to
Okay.
you. I say all that to say I'm listening
So
to you still.
Excel and SQL are very, very different things, like I said earlier.
Right.
So SQL basically, or SQL, is basically a language that communicates with your database, like I'm saying correctly. And Excel is just a tool which is meant for
Mm-hmm.
your analysis and visualization and data cleaning. Okay.
Right. Right.
So then, like I said, a relational database management system, this particular this RDBMS, which is called a relational database management system. So it stores your data, like it allows you to store your data in your database. Like it basically allows you to manage your database. That's what it does. It is an app basically that allows you to manage your database. So let me show you an example. I don't want to be you know, I don't want everything to be theoretical, like too theoretical. Let me open my SQL server. So this my
Mm.
SQL server is an RDBMS. And why is it an RDBMS? Because it allows me to access my database that I've created and retrieve information from that database. That is what a DBMS does basically. So I'm going to show you how it looks like. Although I'm going to be using Postgres because it is more easy to download Postgres as compared to MySQL. So I'm going to I think it should be loading by now. Okay, where is my SQL server? Okay, okay, so I'm supposed to load so I can.
To grab your is that the best way I could put it is the bar to type in your equations that's gonna
Yes,
grab your
actually,
information.
but for an interview purpose, it's just better if you can refine it into a more 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 job like though, like more let's say you want to go for an interview. I don't know, they might want a more professional response. So but depending on how you can relate with it
Right.
better. So, like I said, we're not using
Right.
this is MySQL, and there are various types of relational database. We have MySQL, we have PostgreSQL, and okay, I'm coming, trying to look for it. Okay, I'm gonna attempt to open it again. Let's see. So I'm coming. Post. So sorry. Let me. RDBMS is relational database management system.
What is another way
That is
that you would
no, there's
phrase
no trying to
RD
rephrase it. It's
RDBMS?
just the way it is. RDBMS. Uh, but people call it RDBMS because it is easier to
Mm-hmm.
pronounce and it's just that's just the way it is. RDBMS. Like 5 syllables. Compared to just saying the full, and it even makes you more professional. Imagine you are discussing with some data analyst and you are discussing on SQL and you just say RDPMS. It looks more professional than
Right.
saying our relational database management system. Okay, all right. So I'm going back to the PowerPoint to clear out some unnecessary details.
Gotcha.
Okay, so I'm going to be showing us. Let's see. Okay, I've talked about this. Okay, talked about this as well. So, another thing I'm going to talk about now is the concept of a relational database management system, but I'm going to be doing that after we've installed Postgres on your MacBook. So in your Chrome search bar, search for let me go back to Chrome. On your search bar, search for postgres.org stroke download stroke. I don't know if you can see my screen though. Uh, postgres.org. Okay, this is uh,
Yeah, it's gotta make it a little. It's gotta make it a little bit bigger for me so I can see that. Matter of fact, I can see. I can see it. I can see it. Post. I could just zoom in. Yeah, Postgres. Well. .org
all right. So I'll click on
slash
enter.
download.
So unlike usually, you have to be connected to the internet. So you click on Mac because you're using a MacBook,
Uh,
right?
yeah.
And then you click on download the installer.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You want to click on this icon, the latest version
Download and
18.4.
installer.
Click on this, and then you wait a little bit, and it's going to download your. It's going to
Mm-hmm.
download. It's over 343 MB. But you have to wait till the download finish. So I'm going to cancel it because I'm not using a MacBook. All right.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Download now.
So you can let me know when it's download finish. So you can proceed. Then as for me,